What's going on, guys? So here in my Airbnb the next day, I think the last time I was telling you guys I was like almost at my Airbnb. So it's currently 7:45 or something like that. And the awesome thing is that so the Airbnb host himself was kind of like late. He came at like 11 and had to put the sheets then, or like 11:30 actually. But the other guy who's just staying here as like a renter, Dedrick, he was so awesome to talk with. He works actually in the nuclear industry in France, which is really cool. And anyways, he gave me, he was like, any food is yours, fais comme chez toi, which means like make come at home, like you're at home. So I have 3 little chicken strips there and then some eggs that I'm gonna make. So really excited to have a nice hearty breakfast and then get on the road. Alright guys, so it's the first video of me on the route, and I also need to update you guys that I modified the route. So I was initially going to go down to the Mediterranean Sea and then go to Italy, but that has changed. But there's something unfortunately more pressing than that, which is this puncture that I've got. So let's see if I can show you. Yeah, so there where I'm putting my finger, you can see that there's a bunch of the tire fluid coming out, and you can see like some of the tube sealant seeping out. So clearly it seems to be too big for the tube sealant to auto heal, which is what is supposed to happen on tubeless tires. And the funny thing is that this is a problem that happened yesterday. So yesterday when I said check your tire pressure, it wasn't just like a normal air leakage over time, but actually I think that puncture was there since literally yesterday, and I'm just very impressed that the tires have been able to hold. But like now it's like very dangerous. Well, not dangerous, but like at any moment I think the tires could just go off of the rim and just like completely go kaput. And I'm 14 kilometers away from the nearest bike shop, so that's where I'm heading to right now. So fingers crossed that I can get there with this tire still in good shape. And I have this, which is a lifesaver, because essentially right now I'm just gonna pump it back up, and I don't know, like every 3 or 4 kilometers just pump it to some satisfactory pressure, and then hope that it lasts until 3 or 4 repetitions of that. But yeah, my phone got fixed yesterday, but this is the next problem. So I think this trip literally has been like one non-trivial problem every single day, but that's how it is. All right guys, so still another 8 kilometers to go. I just wanted to like show you, I'm not sure if you can see from this angle the extent of the tire flat, but I must be running at like 10 psi right now, and I'm like stopping often to put in air, but the air kind of goes out just as fast as you do it. And the one thing that's impressive is that it seems to like stabilize at like, I don't know, like 10 psi or like some really low pressure, and doesn't go below that, or until now probably just jinxed it. And then I'm obviously not turning at all, because one thing that can happen is if you turn with very low tire pressure, then the sidewall will come out, and then at that point it's over. I'll have to walk. Right now there's 8 kilometers left, and yeah, hats off to whoever made this tire that you can kind of ride it when it's flat. The giant tubeless Gavia, and otherwise I'm trying to lean back as far as possible to prevent the weight from going on my front tire. And then also what am I doing? Oh, I dumped out my water, because I have 2 liters of water always with me, and I dumped both of them to reduce the weight as much as possible on the front tire. So let's hope that these measures are helpful. What's up guys? Quick status update, 2.3 kilometers remaining until we get there. And I think my weight saving measures and other techniques have been very efficient. And let me see, where is the puncture? So you can see there. So I think you can see my finger probably, yeah. So more and more anti-puncture sealant is flowing out, but still it's holding a charge, or holding air for maybe like 2 kilometers, and then I've been pumping it ever since. But now that I just pumped it, I think for the last 2.3 kilometers I can just go all the way there to the, and the amazing thing is that this repair store is actually a giant repair store, and my bike is so dirty, but this is a giant bike, so that should be even better for my purposes. So I kind of got lucky. Obviously the luckiest thing would be to have a puncture right beside the store,
but the next luckiest thing is to have a puncture 20 kilometers away from a Giant store, and your bike actually somehow can still go 20 kilometers. And I'm not even sure yesterday when the puncture happened. It could have happened like with like 50 kilometers left. I have no idea. All right, guys, thank God we made it. And they're closed for lunch from 12:30 to 1:30, but luckily it's 11 o'clock. And thank God we made it. And let's keep our fingers crossed that we can get something here that's a satisfying solution. I think it'll be good. Because actually right here, if you look at their sign, there it says service. So I was like, let's hope that this isn't just a store for buying bikes, but that's not the case. So I'm so excited to get my bike fixed. All right, guys, amazing news. The guy here was so nice. He even said we love Canadians and was like very nice and helped me find the right tire, and now he's replacing it. And essentially what happened is that he was gonna first put a patch to repair the hole, but the sealant I used in my tire is actually not a good sealant at all, and essentially made a layer along the entire inside of the tire that it's not supposed to make. And what that did is prevent him from being able to place a patch there, so he had to put a new tire, but that's completely fine. And I'm just so happy that it's gonna get fixed. And yeah, so a big problem turned out to be nothing, it turns out. And this is a really amazing store. It has so many cool Giant bikes here. Some of these bikes are like 8,500 euros. Like, that's the most expensive one I found, and it weighs like almost nothing. It has like electric shifters and everything. So yeah, really nice staff here, and just so happy. They even gave me actually these tire levers that are plastic for free, so I'm really grateful for that. And it also comes with a valve key, which is this, which I did not have. That's what you use to open up the tire in order to put sealant. Let's go! I guess you guys can tell that we got it fixed, and look at that beautiful new tire. Oh my God. That is fresh rubber. It's like I'm in Formula One and I just got a new tire change. Holy cow. I'm just so happy about that, and that's all I can say. So, Giant Tigno, I think is what this place is called. Not Tigno, but Tigno. If you're ever here in France, you know you get the best service from Olivier and Antoine. Extremely good service, and they are so friendly and nice. And then actually, he told me he's been to Canada before, and it was minus 28, so I feel kind of bad, but that's how it is. What else was I gonna say? Oh, he gave me he only charged me the cost of the tire, which was 50 euros, which is to say that the cost of the labor was free. He didn't have to do that, but that was so kind of him. And all I can say is that I'm so grateful now to be able to continue riding, and definitely gonna give them 5 stars. So let's freaking go, guys. I'm just so happy. And now the next stop is Lyon. All right, guys, it's currently 2:30 p.m. and now we're in Lyon. So the progress isn't as quick as I hope. Of course, the tire played a role, but also feeling some general fatigue. And my goal is to do around 200 kilometers today, which means 140 left and 7 more hours of like pure cycling. And that would get us around to 9:30. So of course it's not going to be pure cycling the whole day too. So I don't think I would hit 200 today, but that's all good. And I'm still in the outer limits of the city, or like slightly not in the center, so I need to pass to the center still. And then I need to tell you guys the new route that I'm taking. So once I get to the city center, I'll bike from Lyon to Paris, and then from Paris to the north of France, where I have a friend there, and also my aunt is in Paris. And then from the north of France, I will pass through hopefully Belgium and Netherlands, and then take the Rhine River back down to Frankfurt. So that will be really nice, because I started on the Rhine River and I can also end on the Rhine River, except I only did the Rhine River starting from Mainz, but I will essentially be going to the Netherlands, from there going down the Rhine River, and then once I reach essentially mine, so I will take the mine back to Frankfurt. Okay guys, this is really sentimental for me because I'm now in Le Parc de la Tête d'Or, or the Park of the Golden Head. That's, by the way, their flower observatorium. I'm not sure how visible that was, but in any case, what I wanted to say is that I was here more than 3 years ago in the spring of 2023 when I was living in France. So if you actually go in this YouTube channel far enough, you'll find a Lyon vlog when I was in this park, and I have great memories about the city, except for the fact that I missed the first train coming here, so I remember having to wait in the train station a long time. But other than that, it was an excellent time. And just as I remember previously, many different species of plants that are beautiful. And yeah, it's kind of like an ovular park, so I'm just doing an oval of the entire park to reminisce on the time I was here 3 years ago. Alright guys, more memories here. That's the town hall of Lyon. That's this famous statue that I do actually remember of, like some god being pulled by many horses, and then just a bunch of fountains in this square. But there is a much bigger square in the city. I forget where it is. Maybe I'll go see it if it's on the way. If not, then I'm now in the center and I'm gonna pass through towards my direction to Paris. Alright guys, I'm so happy. I did end up going to the main square that I was mentioning, which I'm now standing in. And luckily they have this new installation, which definitely wasn't here last time I was, that has these shaded banners. And it's called Place de la Belle Cour, or Square of the Beautiful Yard, I guess. Let me just show you the extent of it. And once again, if you go back to my YouTube channel 3 years and a few months, you'd find the same video, or sorry, me taking a video in the same square, but I looked obviously much different. So on either side of the square, it seems like there's like semi-similar buildings. Like if there's that one there, then there's this one here. Actually, they look almost identical. And then, of course, there's this person who is somebody de Lyonnois. Maybe this is like the founder of Lyon, I don't know. And that's kind of cool there. They also have a mist gun, so you can see people standing there to cool off. The one main thing that I want to highlight is the amazing church right there, which I think is called like just Église de Notre Dame, like just like the one in Paris, but I could be wrong. And I really loved going to that church. It's like probably my favorite church. Actually, no, there's like one in Strasbourg as well that was really beautiful, but this is one of my most favorite churches in France. The problem, of course, as you can see, is that it's high up and you actually need to take stairs to get there. And then secondly, with my bike, like I don't think it's, well, yeah, I just can't go inside there with my bike, of course. So unfortunately, you get to see it from far, but I still vividly remember going to that church. They also have a chapel, underneath the church, which is very beautiful. So if you're ever in Lyon, 100% visit this church. And of course, since you're high up, you get a very beautiful view of the city from there, as long as you can climb a few stairs. And yeah, I'm gonna chill here for a bit, eat some of my trail mix, and then I think get on the actual route for good. All right. So now the sightseeing is kind of over, but kind of continued, because I mean, I'm still in the city and my route is kind of along a very scenic river, which is called La Saône. La Saône, I don't know how you spell it, say it. It's S-A-O with a accent circonflexe, like a hat on top of it. S-A-O-N-E, La Saône. And let's see if I can show you guys. Yeah, I think you guys should be able to see it. At least you can see the bridge where it is. And I'm like trying to figure out in which direction it flows. I think I'm going upstream, but I'm not 100% sure. But in any case, now that I've changed the route, since I'm not going back to the Italian Alps, there's so little altitude that it would actually be nice to go upstream instead of downstream, so that there is like some elevation gain still. And yeah, there's also this kind of like, hold on, let me see if I can show you guys, this kind of castle or fortification there. Maybe that's like the old walls of Lyon. It would make sense that the city would be inside of the river for fortification purposes. But in any case, it seems like at least for all of today, I'll be following this river, or I looked at my GPX file, which is the navigation that I'm using, and as far as I could scroll, which was like probably a good couple 30-40 kilometers, it follows this river. So right now I'm still in the city, and then it seems that there's lots of just mini cities/villages dotted along this entire river. Alright guys, I'm now at Intermarché, or I just got out of there, bought 2 bananas and a baguette, classic little dinner here. And it sucks that I don't have peanut butter, but it is what it is. It's now 4:53, so while I do this, I'm gonna also look for my Airbnb where I'm gonna stay tonight. Today hasn't been a good day in terms of kilometers. Like, of course, I stopped in Lyon I didn't stop, but I was going very slowly and kind of going not in a like essentially aimlessly to look around to the city. And then also I've just been taking more breaks than usual. I think some slight fatigue setting in, but it's good because then probably tomorrow I'll have more energy. In any case, it's gonna be a really nice ride. I think in terms of the weather, it's not too hot. Continuing along that same river, and eat this first. What's going on, everybody? Got a smile on my face because it's 8 p.m. with a nice sun that is honestly still pretty high in the horizon for 8 p.m. But in any case, what I was gonna say is that I'm along the Sound River still, and just making my way, doing some really nice riding now in the evening compared to the entire day, which was, as I said, poor quality. But of course, that doesn't make me mad at all. It's just the fact of the matter. And the amazing thing is I somehow got an Airbnb that is along the river in a bed that is outside with a mosquito net around it in this sort of like tent. So like you'll see in the next clip probably when I arrive, I'll show you guys, but these pictures are insane. And more importantly, what that means is I'll be able to swim in the river and then take my shower because the bed is apparently like in front of the river. And I've been dying to do that. Literally the whole trip, you've definitely noticed this so far, has been along rivers. It's either been the Rhine, the Rhône, or the Saône, which is really beautiful, but none of my Airbnbs have been along rivers because they're all in like inner cities. So although I've biked past these rivers, I haven't had the chance to swim in them. And it's especially unfortunate because I've seen so many people along the way swimming in these rivers because it's been like very hot. So all that is to say, oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, you guys will not believe this. You definitely heard that noise. And I thought I was at an airport. I swear to God, I thought I was in an airport. But it turns out that I'm beside the TGV tracks, the train à grande vitesse, or high-speed train. And that's what those, I swear to God, I was looking for airplanes in the sky. There was nothing. And that sound was the sound of the high-speed train. I literally just saw it fly by. Holy crap, that thing is fast. That's probably the train that goes from Lyon to Paris, if I had to guess. And that completely sidetracked me. But I think I was essentially saying that a bunch of people have been swimming in the rivers throughout my entire trip, but I haven't had the chance yet. But tonight I will. And if I do, then I'm 100% gonna record it so you guys can see me enjoying the water. I have no idea, I mean, you can see the river here. I have no idea, first of all, where this river goes and where it starts. I assume it starts in the Alps, but already up to here, the water probably is not cold, but if it is cold, that would be awesome. And then, yeah, I have no idea where this river ends. I need to like look into it. And also when I get there at the Airbnb, I'm gonna ask my host, how you pronounce this river name, because the whole time I've just been guessing. So we'll also find out the pronunciation in like around an hour. I think I'll get there around 9.